Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Wednesday morning. It's now the 22nd day of May, 2024. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the home weather office. And as I look out the window, it's another beautiful day here in Northern California. We have sunshine, temperatures cool this morning. It's going to be a nice afternoon, temperatures reaching the mid to upper 80s. As we go through the next few days, we're going to see a cooling trend that will last into the beginning of the Memorial Day weekend, but the end of the Memorial Day weekend will bring some warming trends. So we'll talk about the temperatures that are heading our way because we are going to see a wide variety here over the next 7 days or so. Let's start off with the satellite this morning. We have some pretty good marine layer that runs from San Francisco down to the south, especially into Monterey and the Salinas Valley, then extending all the way down south, really sucking in the LA basin and into San Diego County, as you might expect. The northern coast actually has a little bit of clearing. There's still some north offshore flow here impacting areas on the north coast. And then up here, nice feature up here, little low spinning around. You can see the clouds moving this way. Let me move this down just a touch. And then you can see clouds going this way, so a little low right in here. And out ahead of it, look at this flow here. And what it does is it interacts with the mountains. And you just see these little wave clouds. So the air is moving over the clouds. And if you look at this, what it should remind you of is if you look at let's say a stream, and let's say the water is running over an area of rocks, you'll see the little wavelets as the water runs over the rocky areas. And that's the same thing you get here. The clouds, as they rise and fall, the air rises and falls over the mountains of here in northern Nevada and into southern Oregon. Just really cool pattern here on the satellite. But then you get down into northern California and the skies are clear. We may see a couple of clouds go across the Sierra today, but that will be about it. So let's take a look at the big picture here on the 500 millibar chart. And here's that little wave that's going by to our north this morning. And as it goes on by, cooler air will gradually get ushered in. But today, like I said, we'll still be in the mid to upper 80s. But as we get into the day on Thursday, look at this little trough going by. We will be dry. We'll see some mountain clouds, but it will be dry. But this is not a warm pattern for this time of year. Temperatures begin to cool on Thursday and even more so into Friday and Saturday as a deeper trough goes by. Now, Saturday is going to be a relatively cool day for this time of year. And the reason I want to bring that up is because many of you may be having outdoor plans. Maybe you're going to be on a houseboat on Shasta or Oroville. Maybe you're going to be camping somewhere at a higher elevation. Keep in mind that Saturday is going to be a cool day. So as you're getting ready to pack, make sure you have sweatshirts with you and that sort of thing. You know, temperatures in the 50s in the Sierra, yeah, it's just going to be a pretty cool day on Saturday. So yeah, don't forget the warmer clothes, but you also have to pack some clothes for warmer weather too, because as we go through the weekend and that low moves out, a ridge moves in. So we start a warming trend on Sunday, and by Monday, temperatures will be nice and warm. It'll be shorts and flip-flop weather at the lower elevations especially, and even in the high Sierra, things will begin to warm up. So let's talk about these surface temperatures a little bit. And I'm going to show you the NAM here and then the GFS. Now, I don't use these at face value, so we're just going to look at these and show them relatively speaking. So what I'm showing you here are the temperatures at 5 o'clock based on the model data. But again, let's just use these as a reference point, if you will. So in other words, this is showing that at 5 o'clock, valley temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s. This is the NAM, and the NAM tends to run a little bit low on surface temperatures. So yeah, that's why we're forecasting, I think, something like 88 for Sacramento, generally mid to upper 80s. So, but either way, so this is this afternoon showing temperatures in the low to mid 80s in the valley. All right, now let's go ahead to Thursday afternoon at the same time. And instead of being in the low to mid 80s, this is generally low 80s, so something like 81, 82. But again, keep in mind this is a little low, but if you're using it as a reference, it is lower than the day before. All right, so we go from that 81, 82 on Thursday, so that by Friday, now that temperature in the valley is, 70s, 72, 74, something like that. So there's a lower temperature. And then on Saturday at 5 p.m., it's even lower. It's more like, 68, 69, 70. Now, again, we're not forecasting a high of 69 in the valley. We're forecasting highs in the mid to upper 70s. So again, but for a reference point, you go from temperatures on Wednesday afternoon in the upper 80s or mid 80s on this model down to temperatures around 70 on Saturday. So that gives you an idea of the cooler weather that is on the way. We'll do the same thing with the GFS, and that'll take us farther out in time, and this will show the warming trend. So let's get into the day on Saturday. This model shows more or less the same thing. It shows temperatures a little bit warmer, mid 70s. And again, we don't take these at face value, but it shows generally temperatures in the mid 70s. That's Saturday, the coolest day we'll see. By Sunday afternoon, the reference temperature is now low to mid 80s. So we do see a warming trend during the day on Sunday. And then by Monday, Memorial Day, it will feel like summer with temperatures forecast here in the upper 80s. Our forecast is going to be more like 90 for downtown Sacramento, and many areas in the range are probably 88 to 92 on Monday afternoon. And then into the day Tuesday, we keep that same sort of pattern around with temperatures getting into the 80s and low 90s. So we are going to see a cool down in the short term, but that Memorial Day weekend, the 3-day weekend we have coming up, is going to start cool and end warm. It's just going to be one of those weekends. So that's why I say if you're going to be camping, let's say you're going to be, at Pinecrest Lake, or maybe you're going to be boating on Bullard's Bar or Oroville or someplace like that. Again, just keep in mind that we are going to find some cooler weather on Saturday, and you ought to be prepared for that. Otherwise, weather looks great as we head through the next 7 days. That's everything I've got for you this morning. I'll be on TV later on today. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.